Hello, this is Ed Burke with PlaceForTraders.com for Thursday, March 26th. Starting off in the June S&P, in my last video I talked about the pivot level of 808.5. If we're above 808.5, we're looking at a bullish market. Below 808.5, we're looking at a bearish market. I had the first line of resistance at 816, the second line of resistance at 827. For support, I had the first line of support at 797, the second level at 790. Now, early on, we've seen strength in the market. Earlier, we were trading just above the pivot. We ran up to the high of 823.20 as durable good orders and new home sales both came in better than expected. The durable good orders came in at 3.4% versus the expectation of a drop of 2.5%. Durable goods, excluding transportations, came in at 3.9%. versus an expectation of a drop of 2.1%. And new home sales came in at 337,000 units versus the expectation of 305,000 units. So we've seen that strength in the market early on. Market ran up to the high of 823.20, just below that second line of resistance at 827. Then around midday, the market turned around, started trending lower, went through that pivot of 808.5 and trended all the way down to 787. Once it crossed that pivot level, the market was certainly in a bearish mode for the most of the afternoon. Went down to that low of 787, just below that second line of support down at 790. Then in the last hour of trading, totally turned around to settle at 808.20, right about at our pivot level of 808.5. So, although the change on the day, the market was only up 4.8 points in the June S&P from Tuesday's close. There was a lot of intraday volatility. There was a nice uptrend early in the morning, then a nice downtrend, and the market came all the way back. For Thursday, I'm looking at the pivot level of 806.5. The market needs to stay above 806.5 to be bullish. Now, I remind you, the market closed at 808.20, so it needs to stay above 806.5 for a bullish market. Below 806.5, we're looking at a bearish market. For support, I'm looking at the first line of support at 789. The second line of support down at 770. For resistance, I'm looking at the first line of resistance at 826, the second level at 843. Now, there's something interesting I wanted to show you. Around that first level of daily resistance for tomorrow at 826, we see some confluence with different time frames. Right here, I'm going to draw just an arrow to point down to it. It comes right about at the high from Wednesday. The weekly second level of resistance comes in at 825. And then the monthly first line of resistance comes in at 832. So around that 832, 825, 826 is the daily first line of resistance. We have the weekly second line of resistance at 825, and then the monthly first line of resistance at 832. Also, this right near the low of the day on Wednesday, we had that low of 787. This monthly pivot right here comes in at 785. So just below today's low, that monthly pivot, we need to stay above 785 to be considered bullish on a monthly time frame. Some numbers that are coming out for Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Initial claims comes out. The expectation, initial jobless claims. The expectation is for 645,000. Also at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, fourth quarter GDP, the expectation is a drop of 6.6%. And also the GDP price index, the expectation is up 0.5%. That's all I have for this evening. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not gone to my website as of yet, I encourage you to go. It's placefortraders.com. Go on there and get yourself signed up for free alerts. Thanks a lot and good trading.